Britney Spears has always shared a rocky relationship with her family, but after the long battle to end her conservatorship is finally over, more family drama is being displayed on the front lines. And it seems like Spears isn't a perfect sister either. Recently, Jamie Lynn Spears called out Britney about their public feud. Here's what happened. What has Jamie said? Jamie Lynn Spears spoke out about her relationship with her sister in a recent interview with ABC News. The young Spears wanted to clarify what happened in the family and also her involvement in Britney Spears' conservatorship struggle. But that's not all she came on the news to do. One of Jamie's main goals for this interview was to promote her new book. The book is called Things I Should Have Said. In the interview, Jamie explained why she needed to write the book and referenced her relationship with Britney when she was younger. According to her, when both sisters were growing up, Jamie Lynn said she adored Britney, saying she felt like another mama. But as time passed and Britney grew older, she remembered Britney's behavior changing. In her book, she described Britney's behavior as erratic, paranoid, and spiraling. But it seems like there was a huge disconnect between the two because Jamie had no idea how Britney was doing right now. And when she was asked how she believes Britney is doing now, Jamie said she can't really speak to anyone else's state of mind. I don't think that's fair, but I'm allowed to say how I felt in those moments because that matters. It matters that I was in pain. Let's take a look at their rocky relationship with their father. The pain Jamie talked about seems to be about her overall family dynamics and the rocky relationship she shared with them. Lynn admitted that her father's alcohol addiction gave her anxiety, and she would also often wonder whether she could trust him or feel safe around him. During the interview, she also pointed out that this was something that no kid should have to question. She also delved into the details of her father's relationship with Britney and the abuse he subjected her to. She talked about how much control he had over his daughter's life and how Britney was affected by the whole situation. But it seems that Britney didn't take too kindly to her younger sister discussing her problems on national TV, and she blasted her on social media for trying to profit off her problems. And it looks like the broken family isn't going to reconcile anytime soon. What Jamie thinks about Britney's conservatorship battle. When she was talking about her involvement with Britney's conservatorship, Jamie Lynn painted a different picture than what Britney has described in the past. She said that she has never held any kind of financial control over Britney's estate or her actions. And unlike her father, she has always tried to be a supportive family member to her sister. She even said that she tried to help dissolve the conservatorship. Lynn stated that she even pulled some strings and contacted people to help Britney dissolve her conservatorship. She even spoke to Britney's previous legal team, but that did not end well. Nobody knows why her meeting with Britney's legal team was a failure, but Lynn didn't think it was important to elaborate and continued to talk about how she tried to open doors for her sister, but in the end, it was up to Britney to walk through those doors. It seems like Jamie resents her sister for not accepting her help when Britney was in trouble. But when she was asked about how she felt about Britney's conservatorship termination, she said she was happy about it. Jamie also mentioned that she didn't always fully understand what was going on with her sister's legal battles because she was only 17 years old when they started. She was also about to have a baby at the time, so she didn't quite understand what was happening. According to her, she was just a 17-year-old, focused on her baby and her life at the time. But she did mention how none of her family members supported her when she got pregnant in 2007. She was just a little girl, scared and alone, but her whole family was busy fighting legal battles against each other, and none of them cared about her struggles during this time. Why did Britney get angry at her sister? Britney, it seems, has taken offense at her sister's GMA interview. Recently, she took to Twitter to make a statement about the situation and expressed disgust at her sister and her family. She also suggested that Jamie Lynn was using her conservatorship struggles to sell her book. Britney stated that she was hurt and appalled at her sister's behavior and did not think it was acceptable for her to write a whole book on Britney's struggles. As you might already know, Britney had to fight most of her legal battles alone, so it is possible that she feels abandoned by her family, especially her little sister. And for Jamie to discuss Britney's conservatorship battles in public now, when she has to sell her own book, is a little fishy. Recently, on January 14th, Britney posted a response to Jamie Lynn's statement in her interviews and accused her sister of being a scum person and stooping to a whole new level of low. In her response, Britney also begged her to stop with these crazy lies for the Hollywood books. And this wasn't the end of it. Britney also refuted a claim Jamie Lynn makes in her memoir, in which an erratic, paranoid, and spiraling Britney allegedly took a knife and locked the two of them in a room together. This is a serious allegation against the star, and she did not take it lightly. Britney said that it was shameful of her sister to spread these lies, since she had never been around Jamie with a knife and couldn't even imagine doing something like that. Could Jamie be lying in her book? Britney definitely thinks so. Is it finally time to face the music? After her whole online feud with Britney, Jamie Spears has reportedly declined to set out on a cross-country book tour to promote her upcoming book. Some sources have stated that Spears hand-waved away the idea of a tour. After all, she claims she is uninterested in profiting off the book because she wrote for cathartic purposes. Instead of this, Jamie felt that it was a better idea to move on and spend the time with her kids. Her decision to dump the idea of a tour came just a day after she appeared to extend an olive branch to her pop star sister over social media, begging to pull their embarrassing feud offline and out of public view. "Britney, just call me," Jamie wrote in an extended plea that she shared to her Instagram story. "I have attempted many times to speak to you directly and handle this privately as sisters should, but you still choose to do everything on a public platform. In the meantime, please stop continuing the narrative that I haven't been there for you or that I'm making things up. I'm happy to share how many times I've reached out to you, supported you, and tried to help you. This is embarrassing and has to stop. Love you." Britney, on the other hand, was convinced her sister hated her and wanted to malign her reputation. After Jamie's interview on Good Morning America, Britney went off on social media and talked about how her family ruined her hopes and dreams and then tried to make her look like she's crazy and unhinged. Jamie was quick to respond to this allegation and denounce Britney's claims. She said that Britney was not being truthful and her book was not about her older sister. She declared that her book was not about Britney or her struggles. The younger Spears reiterated that she didn't want any drama and wanted to close this chapter and move on. She also wished her sister would contact her and try to make amends so the both of them could move on from whatever happened. Britney's response. It seems like Britney might be ready to forgive and forget. This is because she responded to her sister's most recent comments and explained her outburst. The older Spears admitted that she had said some harsh things to her sister online and that she didn't mean to hurt the family with her harsh words. But she also mentioned that the only reason she was rude was that she was hurt by the lies Jamie wrote about her in her new book. The singer then went on to end her open letter to Jamie Lynn with a reminder to just know I love you. So things look a lot better now since the Spears have decided to reconcile. And Jamie has also decided to donate a portion of the profit from her book to several unnamed charities. So the new book is set out to do a lot of good. And as long as the Spears sisters don't fight again, all is well. What do you think? Will Jamie and Britney mend their relationship in the future? Or will both sisters continue to have public fights online? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.